Hello and welcome back to Craig's Game Room. I'm Craig of said Craig's Game Room, and today I'm excited to start a new series all about collecting for the Dreamcast set. I'm calling it a very creative name, Collecting for a Full Dreamcast Set. So if you are a longtime subscriber of the channel, you might have seen over the last few years, I went for a North American retail Vita set. I did that, very excited to have it done. I had a great time. Love the Vita, love the games for the system, loved collecting for the console, and I'm a set collector by nature. I love torturing myself collecting for systems and getting all the games for that library. I've done it many times now. I currently only have 3DS and Vita. I still need to get limited run Vita, but I kind of separate those. And right now, I have decided to go for Dreamcast. So why Dreamcast? The Dreamcast, I think, is a very cool, interesting, and unique system by Sega. I grew up with the Sega Dreamcast. My dad got it very close to launch, if not launch. I, played a ton of Sonic Adventure, played a bunch of demo discs, and a bunch of other different things on it as a kid. A lot of the Sega sports games my dad's played, and I just have a lot of fond memories of the console. Sonic Adventure 2, of course, I played on there. It's just, I think, a very cool system with a great library of games, especially if you like fighting games and arcadey kind of style games. A lot of good quick pick up and play games. Lots of good stuff on there. It's just a great console. Not a huge library. I have the stats pulled up right here, my little handy dandy Google spreadsheet. So there's what I'm considering for the set, 248 games. So most people would say 247, not including variants and things like that. But the 248th game I'm including is the web browser 2.0, and that's because it has the full version of a game called Sega Swirl, which is basically just like a color match game. But since it is a full game included on the disc that you could get in stores, I decided to include it for the set. And you could argue whether or not it counts, but it's like the web browser 2.0 is going to be like a $5 max thing anyway, so I don't think anyone's going to really care if you have it or not. And if your mind is swayed that it counts for the set, you could probably spend $5 no problem, get it for your set. The problem with a lot of set collecting is obviously you're going to end up with a lot of games that you either don't care about, don't ever plan on playing, a lot of shovelware, this yada yada yada. Every console has a lot of shovelware. Dreamcast though, so I'm not even considering these shovelware. This is just kind of some stuff I broke down, and these numbers probably aren't totally accurate, but when I was scrolling through all the games in the system, I counted that there was about 50 sports games and 37 driving games, which comes out to about 87 sports-ish kind of games total on the console out of 248. That's 35% of the library. And I counted stuff like Hydro Thunder and Tony Hawk and Crazy Taxi because those are technically kind of like driving and sports games. So not all those are like, just like, dismissible stuff that I would never play. A majority of that 35% is probably stuff that I would not play a lot of. And so why would I collect for a console when a third of it I'll probably never actually touch? Because that's just the nature of set collecting. Is it a waste of money? Of course it is, but hobbies are a waste of money. So I don't care. I'm gonna have fun with it. Right now, as it stands, I have 50 games. So that's about 20% of the library if you round up, which is pretty exciting. I'm already a fifth of the way there. I started this journey, I think I was only around like 16 games, and once I decided to commit to it, I went pretty hard pretty fast, honestly, and now I need to slow down. But unlike my Vita series, where I was kind of sporadic about the way that I would release those videos, just be like, oh, I got a bunch of games, let me do a video. I decided this will just be like a clean 5-part series. So once I hit 100 games, once I hit 150, 200, and then 248. I think that will make for a nice clean series of videos. If you have not seen my Vita videos, those are kind of chill, relaxed, not very heavily edited. They're meant to kind of be long form, put in the background. If you just want to hear somebody talk about some games that they have in their collection. I know I like that kind of stuff. We're all weirdos, and that's perfectly fine. But yeah, so if that's something that you'd be interested in, please feel free to subscribe, like the video, share it around to anyone that might be interested. I'd appreciate it. Trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. That's my goal. So I'm going to see if I could do that. And, maybe the Dreamcast will help lead me to that goal. So that'd be pretty cool. But first, I have two little kind of bonusy things to show off that are not games towards the set. And first, I want to show off a special little console bundle I have. So this one is cool, and I have not seen it very often. And this is the Ultimate Gaming System 2 Sonic game bundle. So this has Sonic Adventure and Sonic Shuffle. And Sonic Adventure is a special version that has a demo for Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, or not Battle, just Sonic Adventure 2. Battle was the GameCube one, obviously, but I'm so used to seeing the GameCube version of it. Also came with a blue VMU, which is pretty cool. Over $155 in value, pretty exciting. So, but yeah, I'm a big sucker for the the art of the Sonic Adventure games. So I just absolutely love this, and I'm really happy to have it in my collection. The box is nice and light right now because I actually use this console. This is the console that I play off of. Everything was still in baggies and everything when I got it, great condition. I got this many years ago. I couldn't even tell you how much I paid for it. I'd probably like no more than, 150, 200 bucks. So I don't even know what it's worth now. Could maybe look up some comps to put on the screen. Hopefully I'm not too lazy and I remember to do that. But yeah, I wanted to show that off because there's a cool console bundle I haven't seen a lot of. And then this little guy here, this is something I've got for like 20 bucks many years ago, and this is really cool. This is Sonic Adventure 2 10th Anniversary Birthday Pack. So this comes with the game, Sonic Adventure 2, and then it comes with like a little anniversary thing where it has like, I think it's a soundtrack? Let me see. Let's just open it here real quick. So it comes with the game. Beautiful, beautiful. This weird little thing like I mentioned. Sonic 10th. So I'm not actually sure. This might be a soundtrack or something. I'll have to look more into it. I don't actually know off the top of my head. Oh, god damn it! I dropped something. It fell out, but it has a little coin, 10th anniversary coin for Sonic Adventure as well. And then it has what I thought was like the coolest thing. Happy birthday, Sonic. Hard to see, but it's like an embossed like Sonic 10th anniversary logo. Let me see. Get the lighting in there. And then when you look through the book, I'll have to do like a YouTube short or something else, like a history of Sonic thing. But I remember specifically, I thought it was cool. I think there's like some rare Sonic merchandise in the back. Yeah, Sonic goods is very interesting. Some cool, rare, random stuff. So yeah, great find many years ago. I think this is worth over $100 now, so I'm glad I got that when I did. And I guess now we can get on to the games, which is very exciting. Oh, I almost knocked all those over. So some of these have price stickers on them still, because I try to keep price stickers on my games, actually. I think it's fun and interesting to see how much I paid for something, especially when I don't remember. And the first thing that I can make a comment on is Spider-Man for the Dreamcast. Best version of the game. Has full animated cutscenes, fully voice acted to all that. I got it for $20. This is definitely worth more than that now. This is actually the version of the game that I grew up with, which is cool. I know a lot of people had the PS1 and 64 version, but I was lucky enough to have the Spider-Man on Dreamcast. And it is one of my favorite Dreamcast games. It's such a fun game, very campy, a lot of nods to cool comic book references and different things like that of Spider-Man over time. Definitely recommend if you're a Spider-Man fan and haven't played it. It's a little jank now, but it's still very, very fun. Next up, we have Sonic Shuffle, a heavily disliked game, but I like it a lot, probably because of nostalgia, admittedly. I grew up with this game. It's funny, I didn't have, Mario Party 1, 2, or 3 on my N64, but I did have Sonic Shuffle on the Dreamcast, so had a lot of fun with that one back in the day. Next up, we have Sonic Adventure 2, obviously one of the greatest games on the system. I spent $39.99 on that one many moons ago, and this is right now like one of the most expensive games on the Dreamcast, which is stupid because it is not not a rare game by any means, but I think Sonic Movie 3 hype is still kind of keeping the boost of these like shadow related games. Shadow the Hedgehog's still expensive and stuff like that, so yeah, great game though, obviously. More people grew up with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube. I did not play that version until I was an adult, so I had a different experience, especially with the Chow Garden, because the Chow Garden was so different in the Dreamcast version. There was no black market. I don't even remember if there's the Chow Karate or not. I don't think there was, but and then I remember the setups of the Angel and Devil Chow were also different, like the environments for those parts of the Chow Garden. Interesting little differences. Obviously, the multiplayer was much more prevalent and had a lot more different features and stuff in the GameCube version. I don't even think there was multiplayer in the original. It's been so long since I played the Dreamcast version, because once you play Battle, it's like, why would you go back? But not the case for this version, because the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure 1 is obviously superior. The more they ported this game, the more issues it seemed to have. My computer made a weird noise and it distracted me. But yeah, Sonic Adventure, on the Dreamcast. Obviously, best version. Definitely play this version if you can. To this day, my favorite Sonic game. I think that holds up way better than people give it credit for. Just one of the all-time greats. Next up, we got Sega Bass Fishing. Don't really know much about this game other than that it's highly regarded. People like it. Pretty famous Sega game. You can actually play it on Steam now, which is pretty cool, so shout out to that. Next up, Sega Sports NFL 2K1. Nothing too crazy. I always try to make sure I get the versions that have them in case swapped and have the sports logos on them. I always think it's cool to make sure that, not that important to me that's in the original case, but I'd rather be if I can help it. Next up, another sports one, NBA 2K1. Also has the MLB logo, and it's funny, this one is actually on the manual. I have no idea if it was put on there by a person or if the game was actually printed that way, just because it's not that way on the other one, but interesting enough, so thought I'd point that out. If anyone has any information, please let me know, because I'd like to know. Next up, the Expendable. I almost want to say the Expendables, but it's just Expendable. Just looks like a fun, interesting kind of shooter. There's a lot of shooters on the Dreamcast as well, actually. But I still have a lot of the library that I still need to actually explore and play, just because obviously I haven't played all 250 Dreamcast games. I'd like to play a lot of them, but, collecting games, playing games, different hobbies, you don't always have all the time in the world, and you're not always in the mood for all these kinds of different things. But I have heard good things about Expendable, so I want to make that one a priority. Nothing exciting here, but NFL 2K. Next up, we got Soul Fighter, a fighting game that I have heard decent things about. Oh, is this not a fighting game? Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Okay. Mixing up with another game. Looks to just be like an action game, so furious 3D fantasy combat, choice of 3 battle-ready heroes. Almost gauntlet-esque looking. So I think I want to check this one out. This one looks pretty cool too. Love me some good 3D fantasy combat, but who doesn't? Next up, we got Fatal Fury. Got this one for a little over what you might see on price charting, but it was in person, and it's an extraordinarily clean copy of the game, and it's not a super common title either, so happy to have this one in the collection. Fatal Fury Mark of the Wolves specifically, so I think this is actually on modern platforms as well, so if you guys want to check it out and don't have $100 to spend on the Dreamcast version, there you go. Next up, NBA Hoops. This is a weirdly expensive sports title. Not sure what the story behind it is. Also has the sports logo on the manual, not on the case. Interesting. So I think maybe it just depended on who made the games or who licensed them, how they did it. But yeah, got your boy Shaq on the front. No Shaq Fu on the Dreamcast, though, unfortunately. Next up, this is the latest edition, and also probably the one I'm most excited about having. Skies of Arcadia. Big, beautiful JRPG for the system. I have played Skies of Arcadia. I've never beaten it. I got about 8 hours into the Legends version on GameCube. But part of me wants to play the Dreamcast version just because it'd be cool to play the original version. I've been told that the music quality is a lot better. Not that I thought it was that bad on GameCube, but maybe, I'll pop in the disc and notice right away. And it also has like VMU minigames that you can play, which I think is kind of neat. So never really messed around much with VMU minigames. So I think it could be an interesting way to do it, because obviously you couldn't do that in the GameCube. Next up, a weirdly low print one from what I could tell. More expensive than you think. Sega Bass Fishing 2. I had no idea that Sega Bass Fishing had a sequel until I started going for the set and came across this. Most of the copies on eBay all the time are like 80 to 90 bucks, which is really high. I was able to snag this for underpriced sharing, though. I think I got it for about 50 shipped, so I was happy to add it for that price. Next up, this is a game that I played recently. This is Zombie Revenge. I wanted to try this one out when I got it, just because I thought it looked kind of fun and interesting. It's basically like if House of the Dead was a beat-em-up, which is, if you like House of the Dead, then I think this is worth checking out. Technically kind of a spin-off of the game. Spoiler alert, I guess the last level is the House of the Dead or like one of the last levels. So, but extraordinarily hard, even on the easiest difficulty. It was really, really hard. I don't know how the heck you're supposed to beat on any of the other difficulties. But I had a good time with it. If House of the Dead doesn't beat 'em up sounds like a good time to you, definitely check it out. Same kind of super corny dialogue and voice acting, all that, so it's a very fun time. If you like, you're like me, you like crappy horror movies, then you're gonna love it. I had this in the pile somehow. This is not a Dreamcast game. Next up, we got Iron Aces. High-speed World War II aerial combat. Absolutely no interest in this, honestly. Maybe it is good fun. Let me know if it is. But this is definitely one that I got just because I needed it for the set. Same with this one, Monaco Grand Prix. As well as Test Drive 6. Not a super big racing fan, with the exceptions of certain titles. Next up, a game I would love to try out. We got Bust a Move 4. Hard to tell on camera, but it has kind of like a lenticular kind of cover, which is really cool. So it's like, maybe you can see it a little bit. But yeah, Bust a Move's always a good time. I'm not particularly good at the Bust a Move games, but I do think that they're very fun. Next up, Sega Sports Tennis 2K2. I always thought it was weird this game has like a different kind of spine thing going on here. But every copy looks like that, which is interesting, so I guess they just wanted to kind of stick out in a way. Next up, Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation. I believe this is now playable on modern consoles as well, via the Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6 HD collection, because I think this is technically like Tomb Raider 4, 5, or 6. I'm not totally sure. Tomb Raider is not a series I'm super familiar with. I played like the 2013, I think it was, kind of like restart to the series, but not much of the classic games, so I want to check them out. And if I do, I'll do it in order, because that's just like how I like to play older series like that. Like I played this last week Mega Man 1, 2, and 3, because, I've heard, some people love 5, some people like 7, some people like 9 and 10 a lot, but I'd rather play in order and kind of see. But after Mega Man 3, Mega Man'd out for a bit. That game definitely kicked my ass, and I started Mega Man 4, and I was like, no, me and Mega Man need to be on a bit of a break. Next up, we have Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. I don't really have a lot of experience with either Tom Clancy games or Rainbow Six games in general, but shout out to Tom Clancy, who is writing books even though he's not alive anymore. Next up, Sega Sports NBA 2K2, another one where the sticker is on the case and not on the manual. Next up, definitely a game I'll probably never play, Ultimate Fighting Championship, definitely one of the most common games on the Dreamcast. Another sports one, Sega Sports NCAA 2K2 College Football Road to the Rose Bowl. Hell of a title. Next up, this one I was excited because I got a really good deal on it on Mercari. So, friendly reminder to always check out Mercari, because I don't think a lot of game collectors think to look at Mercari. So, you can find good deals there too. But Street Fighter 3 Double Impact. I am by no means a seasoned Street Fighter player, but I do enjoy it when I do play it, and Cammy is my main. Next up, played through the arcade run of this and had a great time, Soul Calibur. A lot of people I feel like have played... Oh god, the crack on this case is crazy, but the deal was good. I remember I got in a lot on eBay. But yeah, game looks amazing to this day. The animations are so fluid and crazy. Some very iconic character designs, some really fun music. Soul Calibur is great. Most people are familiar with the second one, especially the GameCube version with Link. But the first one's definitely still worth checking out. Super, super good and fun fighting game. Next up, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. This one I have the Sega All-Stars version. I do think that I would like to get all the Sega All-Stars versions of the games as well. There are 17 of them, so not too many. But I do think that that would be cool to have. I need to get the regular version of this game, which is actually a white spine and white manual. But the Sega All-Stars games all have orange spines and black manuals. So that's an eventually goal, but When I put these games on the shelves just for aesthetic reasons, I go ahead and I put the, I do it by color, so I'll have white, black, and an orange. Even if, there's alphabetically white, alphabetically black, alphabetically orange. Just aesthetically, I don't like mixing the colors. Next up, another game I played the arcade version of and enjoyed it, Dead or Alive 2. The original booby game, the original booby physics series. Super funny. But very high quality, good fighting game actually as well. Can definitely recommend this one. Never played a Dead or Alive game until that one, so that was my first one. Next up, we have Striker Pro 2000. What a cover art, right? Just a random photograph of a man playing soccer. For all I know, this could be like the most famous soccer player of all time. I know nothing about soccer. So, if I'm making a fool out of myself, I apologize in advance. Next up, Crazy Taxi 2. So I played some of this when I got it. Unfortunately, maybe it was a little rough, but the deal was too good to pass up. I had never played the second Crazy Taxi, so I was excited to get and try it out. And, it's more Crazy Taxi, so it's good. But if you played Crazy Taxi, you've played Crazy Taxi. Next up, we got NFL Blitz 2000 Hot New. So I know there's a handful of games on the Dreamcast that have like the little Hot New logo, and those were reprintings of games that I think had like known like glitches or faults of some kind. And the Hot New versions were like the reprints that didn't have those glitches included anymore, which is interesting. I know Hydro Thunder has a printing like that, as well as Mortal Kombat Gold, and there might be a few others, but I'm not totally sure. I think it was exclusively like a Midway thing, which is also interesting. But yeah, considered one of the most fun football games of all time, so I definitely need to give NFL Blitz 2000 a shot just to see if I would enjoy it as like a non-sports games fan. I tested it when I got it in just to make sure that I was working and all that, but didn't really give it like the true college try to see if I would enjoy playing through it or not, or playing like a full game or season or whatever it may be. Next up, Tee-Off. Haven't played this, but I actually want to check it out. Looks a little goofy and funny looking at the character models on the back. I love a good golfing game. Never played golf in real life, but I love golf games. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour on the GameCube specifically. And also shout out to Super Swing Golf on the Wii, the most underrated golfing game of all time. If you played it, you know, great game. Alright, last stack over here. We got Mach X. I got this from a store in Arizona called Fallout Games for $15 many moons ago, and I bought it just because I'd never heard of it before, and it was an Atlas game on the Dreamcast. And I was like, that's neat, that looks like Persona or Shin Megami Tensei. And I definitely think this one's gone up in price a bit too. I'll go ahead and put the price on the screen for this one. But yeah, I was very excited to add this collection. I've heard it's a really cool and interesting game, but I definitely want to I want to give it like a full playthrough, so I'm waiting till I have time to play through the whole thing, because I think it has multiple story paths and endings and different things. Yep, 7 different endings, it says on the back. 20 rich, massive 3D levels with ultra smooth gameplay at 60 FPS. So, look at Atlas. Tooting their own horn with their good frame rate back in the day. We got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This is the most I've spent on a Dreamcast game so far. I got it for $165 at a game expo with my friends in Texas last October. This was my goal game for the convention. I was like, this is the one game I want to leave this convention with. Anything else is a bonus. We walk in the second booth. My good friend and podcast host Tyler is like, hey, found JoJo's. I walk over. They had it for $180, and we made a deal at $165. And right at the very beginning of the convention, I had the game I was hunting out for. So the rest of the convention, I was like, oh, okay. And then everything else is just a bonus. I got a bunch of other stuff, but I'm a huge JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fan. It's my favorite anime and manga of all time. Shout out to Steel Ball Run, the best part. So I was super happy to add this to the collection. First piece of JoJo media we got in North America, which is really cool. So, historical for a few different reasons. Also, just shout out to Capcom on the Dreamcast. As this series goes on, you'll see there's a lot of Capcom games on the Dreamcast, and a lot of them are very expensive. But Capcom was looking out for Sega, and no one else was back then. Next up, we have Jeremy McGrath Supercross 2000. I could actually see this being kind of a fun one. even though it is a sports game. Usually kind of like Motocrossy, Motorstorm, different things like that. Always a good time. Next up, a classic, House of the Dead 2. I've actually never finished House of the Dead 2. I know this game's getting a remaster as well, but I think it'd be fun to play this version. I don't have a light gun is the only problem. Oh, is this version, it's weird. Looking at the back, I'm like, is it even, there has to be a light gun, right? But maybe there isn't a light gun for the Dreamcast. I just assumed there was. But yeah, I definitely want to play this, and might as well play the Dreamcast version because I already own it, and I don't even need to wait for the remaster. Next up, we got Conflict Zone. This is a very late release for the Dreamcast, if I'm remembering correctly, and not really worth too much, I don't think. It's not a very expensive game. It doesn't look like anything super crazy. Strategy, war game. I like a good strategy game, but if I like a good strategy game, I want it to be Fire Emblem. Next up, possibly the most common Dreamcast game for some reason, Coaster Works. It's literally a roller coaster building game. But you could buy this game like brand new any day of the week for $10. So it's like I probably shouldn't even pay $10 for a used copy. But we have it. Next up, what's considered the best version of this game, Rayman 2 on the Dreamcast. I grew up with the N64 version of Rayman. So when I played this version, like tested out when I got it in the mail, I was like, oh my god, like it runs well. The voice acting and all that is just, the quality was so much better than I remember in this because I grew up with one of the lesser versions. But I'm going to play through this version, I think. I know it's on 3DS as well, but everyone seems to agree that this is the best version of Rayman 2, so I think I'm going to play that version when I decide to finally finish it. Next up, talked about a little bit earlier, but Crazy Taxi. All-time classic on the Dreamcast. Also, shout out to the Harkins Theater in Peoria, Arizona, where I grew up, that had a Crazy Taxi arcade machine. That was really cool. A lot of good memories with that. This is a game that doesn't count towards the 50, but we got NFL 2K1, the Sega All-Stars version. I got this in a lot, and I figured I would keep it. That way, if I do decide to go for all the Sega All-Stars games for sure, I have another one down already. 2 out of 17. Next up, Sega NHL 2K. I've been told that these are very good games as well, so might check that out. I'm not a big sports person in general, but the sport I do enjoy watching the most is hockey. So next up, shout out to Natsume, Royal Fishing Wild. They didn't give us Harvest Moon on the Dreamcast, but they sure did give us a fishing game. Next up, Virtua Tennis. Tennis. Then we have Speed Devils. This game famously has a variant with the devil not on it that was supposedly exclusive to Walmart that's worth a lot more than this version. But I'm happy to have just this version for now. If I could ever find that version, then I'd be a happy man. And you know what? Honestly, that's the kind of game look out for in your local game stores. Your local store could definitely miss it, because it's and if you know kind of thing. The average person's not going to know that version's much more rare and desirable. Next up, we got Sega GT, another racing game. Then we got Trick Style, a sportsy game, but it looks like a fun one, so I might check this one out eventually. It's like a hoverboarding racing game. Then we have Hydro Thunder. This is also another hot new, so see, Midway. And this one has one without that, and then also a Sega All-Stars version. So if I want to do some Dreamcast variant hunting, I already know of 2 other versions to get for this game. And last but not least, we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. This, from what I know, I think 2 and 3 are most people's favorites. I have memories of playing Tony Hawk's games, but not a ton, more so watching my sister play them when I was younger. But I want to give them more of a close look at. I played a good amount, probably about, not a good amount, probably half an hour to an hour of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 on the Dreamcast, trying that out, and I had a good time with it. Definitely hard. I kind of suck at it, but maybe I should just skip straight to 2. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. And that is where I am at for Dreamcast games currently. Was that 50 games? Okay, so weirdest thing. I thought I was short a game, and I was, kind of. So here's the weird thing. You got NFL 2K2. Nothing exciting there. NCAA 2K2, which I showed earlier. That was a game I forgot to show. But the reason I was confused was somehow this game is NFL 2K2 for the case, but the manual on disc is NCAA 2K2. So I guess if anyone has the case for NCAA 2K2 for some reason, let me know, because I have a disc and manual copy of a Dreamcast game now, which is absolutely disgusting. We had to fix that ASAP. But yeah, that is the first 50, I guess 49.5 Dreamcast games that I have. So very excited to start this series. Very excited to get another next 50 Dreamcast games. You know, it might not be for months, may not be for a year. Can't just be spending money on video games as much as I'd love to. But I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to share it with your friend, your grandma, your coworker. I'm sure that all enjoyed this video as well. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTuber bullshit. If you like hearing me yap, I got a bi-weekly podcast with my good friends Zach and Tyler called Generations Behind, all about retro games, particularly actually playing them, not just collecting them. And I guess that's it for now. Thank you all for watching. If you made it to the end, appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.